It is a very good morning and a most warm welcome back to my absolutely free video channel. This is Neil Maurice connecting with you on Wednesday. It is now the 29th of December and looking at what I think is a really fantastic day's racing. Not only do we have my local course of Newbury, well, Grade 1 action there with the Challow Hurdle, and private clients will certainly get something tasty in that. But backing it up over the Irish Sea at Leopardstown with equally interesting racing. It really is something to behold on this midweek day. If only midweek days could be like this through the rest of the winter, wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, let's get away from that moot point and let me tell you that yesterday, well, it really was I can only call it a comedy of errors, really, because first of all, Leicester was unexpectedly abandoned, and then a horse that I'd tip you running in Ireland was also pulled out, so it meant re-recording the message. We eventually got there, and the two horses given to me by my Irish correspondent, well, they did indeed both finish in the first three, didn't manage to win, but they ran good races to boot to bring up the place side of the each-way double. Now today, I've got a couple of absolutely free bets for you. One is running at Newbury, and I know all about this particular individual, a horse with a massive future. And the other one is really like me repeating myself because it runs in Ireland. It runs at the same meeting that it was due to run yesterday. And well, it's called Fury Road, and I did talk about it yesterday, but I will do briefly again. And if you haven't already done so, well, please, with just 3 days now to go before the end of your subscriptions to the daily services, that costs £99 all the way through to July of 2022. Very good value in any language, that 45 pence a day. All you have to do is click the link below, £99, PayPal, and you are in with all my best daily information on a regular basis for 6 months, 45 pence a day that costs. And you'll also, by the way, if you haven't joined and you're not a resubscriber, well, you will get today's daily information, including that bet in the Challow Hurdle. Now let's get straight on with these two lovely free bets, and the first of them, it runs at Newbury and it's going in the 2 o'clock. Now this is at first sight a very competitive handicap hurdle, and it is indeed at second sight a very competitive handicap hurdle, but there are a couple here that could certainly grasp the nettle, and one of them, I think the one that we need to focus on, is number 7, Beauport, trained by Nigel Twiston-Davies, and the mount of that very progressive conditional jockey, Jordan Naylor. I'm sure that he's impressed you. He certainly has impressed me in his riding this season. Now, Beauport, a winner of a big race at Sandown for novices at the end of last season, well, he came back in a race at that very same track and carrying a massive weight. Well, he did his level best to win it. He was only run out of it in the final strides. Importantly, the first two came a mile clear of the rest. I think that was a super run. He wouldn't have been absolutely cherry ripe for that return to action, Beauport, but I think it's put him right, and I think you'll see a very solid performance indeed from him today. Nigel thinks the world of this horse, and I can see here 7-2 with Sky Bet going 5 places. Many other firms, including Hills, Corals, Bet365, BetVic, they're all going 7-2 with 4 places. And I do think it's worth doing the each way, even though if he is indeed in the first 4 or 5 and he doesn't win, you won't quite get your money back, but you nearly will, and he could drift. So please, each way, number 7, Beauport, free from me, and that is in the 2 o'clock race at Newbury this afternoon. Over to Leopardstown now, and in the 1:45, well, Fury Road surprisingly taken out of that novices chase at the same course yesterday. He's going to line up again in an almost identical situation. 8 runners. I've seen a bigger price actually today, or around about the same, 15-2 with Paddy Power, about horse number 3, Fury Road, plenty of 7-1, the odd 15-2 in other places as well. Go each way on this horse, who as a novice was a very fine staying individual with a massive future in front of him. And although he went into the wilderness a little bit, I think after a couple of practice sessions over fences that today he can raise his game under Jack Kennedy. Each way, Fury Road in the 145 at Leopardstown. Well, that's all from me for now. I'm going to love watching this racing this afternoon, and I hope you will too. Please reconnect with me at the same time tomorrow, 9 o'clock. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, well, you see that little button that says subscribe. Please click that, because when I put out bulletins that are impromptu and without any warning, which I can do if I get sudden information about a horse, well, you won't get that unless you've subscribed. So do that. It's free of charge, costs you nothing. Nearly everyone has done. It's a no-brainer. Until tomorrow, Thursday at 9 o'clock, this is Neil Maurice saying thanks very much indeed for tuning in, and bye for now.